Yes, Your Honor. Just in terms of background, in the indictment, the offense is alleged to have been committed September 1st of 2016. The state did receive a case from the San Antonio Police Department. Where it is.
All right, court is calling 2019 CR 12366. State versus Jorge Zamora. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Stephen Spear for the state.
Raymond Martinez for Mr. Zamora.
And are you
Okay,
Mr. Zamora? All right, defense has filed a motion to. All right. State.
Yes, Your Honor. Just in terms of background, in the indictment, the offense is alleged to have been committed September 1st of 2016. The state did receive a case from the San Antonio Police Department. It was on November 19th of 2018. I will tell the court, and defense knows, in that receipt of the prosecution guide, it did indicate that we knew that the defendant was in federal custody at the time. I will tell you that during that time frame, until just recently, I believe earlier this year, the state did not make any attempt to bring the defendant from federal custody. My understanding is he was in custody at the time and then subsequently was convicted and placed in federal prison, which he has since been in that time. So we would have been aware of where he was, at least within the federal system, if nothing else, during that time frame. It wasn't until recently, I believe March the 9th, that we actually did bring him back over to face these charges from this 2019 indictment. He was indicted on November 13th of 2019. So just kind of in way of history, I wanted to let the court know those aspects.
Right, and so he's been in custody, in federal custody since what date?
Judge, the prosecution guide was filed in November of 18. It stated that he was in federal custody during that time when the detective was investigating it. I don't know the specific date, but at least it would have been sometime prior to November of 2018.
All right, defense's motion to dismiss for want of speedy trial is granted. Is there anything else?
Had so much testimony to put on, Judge. But that's
You
okay.
want to put on testimony?
No,
You sure? I'll withdraw my ruling and we get in here.
But no, I just wanted to leave, give the rendition and let you know what the facts were. So.
All right, thank you.
So.
there should be an order attached to the motion.
I've already signed it.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Mr. Simona, have a seat, sir.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 004009 State versus Jeremiah Mark. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Kurt Hopke for defense.
All right, the defendant did not answer docket call. This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 12:20 p.m. The court had this set on March 16th. The court recalled it for March 18th. The defendant did not appear. Then the court recalled it for today. The defendant has not made an appearance. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. He is not out there.
All right, defense, do you have any idea where your client is?
I think he's somewhere on the streets of Houston, Texas, Judge. He was released from Harris County on January 16th on this warrant. Bear County failed to pick him up, so now he is in the wind.
All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant, remand your client without bond.
I believe there already was a warrant, so
Well, we'll see. Thank you.
thank you.
Christopher Irving. All right. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning. So, where are we? Discovery.
May 18th.
All right, we'll be back on May 18th, and y'all let me know where you are on discovery.
Yes, she filed a motion to amend bond conditions. We have an agreed order.
There's a copy of our motion, Your Honor, and the agreed order on top.
All right. All right, with this order, you're only allowed to go to work. So the way GPS works, if you're driving and there's a McDonald's and you're like, hey, I want to stop there and grab something because it's on the way, you're not allowed to do that. GPS will show that you're doing that, and that's going to be a violation. You understand?
I do, John.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You're welcome.
For over 3 years, Jorge Zamora existed in a legal purgatory. Indicted in November 2019 for a crime allegedly committed in September 2016, Zamora was not a fugitive evading capture. He was already captive, held within the iron grip of the federal prison system. The state knew this. A prosecution guide filed in November 2018 confirmed his location, yet the prosecution admits they made no attempt to secure him for trial. They watched the calendar pages turn while he remained behind bars elsewhere, waiting for a charge they weren't actively pursuing. The courtroom becomes a stage of quiet tension. The defense files a motion to dismiss based on the right to a speedy trial, a constitutional promise that time, when weaponized by the state, cannot be ignored. As the judge listens to the prosecution's confession of inaction, the scales begin to tip. The judge initially grants the motion, the gavel hanging in the air, but then a hesitation, a withdrawal of the ruling. It is a moment of fragile suspense where the defendant's freedom hinges on the interpretation of a delay that the state itself orchestrated. This is the story of a man caught between two jurisdictions, his life placed on hold while the gears of justice ground to a halt. The conflict isn't just about a crime, it's about the fundamental right to face one's accuser. The turning point comes not with a dramatic confession, but with a stark admission of negligence. In the end, the court grants the dismissal. The system, by failing to act, was forced to set him free. It is a powerful reflection on how sometimes the greatest injustice is not the charge itself, but the silence that precedes the storm.